Okay, so this is a part 3 of Can You Tell Me About the HUD Housing Ponzi Scam? And so this guy is explaining it. He says Tony gets his front man to buy up cheap houses. Then he gets a crooked appraiser to reappraise the houses at a very inflated value. Say he buys 5 of them for $100K, and then the appraiser comes in and says they're worth $250K. Well, yeah, that's purposely inflating the cost of housing. Then the crooked charity agrees to buy them from the front man at an inflated value with mortgage loans. Now, I never would have thought about the charity actually buying up houses that are guaranteed by the federal government and HUD, who thinks the purchases are by the charity to convert them into low-income housing. Oh, that's interesting. Now they get the HUD-backed loans from the bank for 5 houses at $250K apiece. So they've got $1.25 million in loans, and so far they've only spent $500K. So they've made $750K in profit. Then the charity defaults on the loan, citing unforeseen difficulties, crime, construction, and since HUD backed the loans, HUD eats the debt rather than the charity. And then Tony has his construction contracts go in and strip the houses of anything that can be resold: copper piping, wall sconces, antique things, and fixtures, to further pad the profit, which is now well over $750,000. Makes sense? Oh my gosh, I never would have thought of that. So they just go back in and resell what's already been put in the houses. Well, this guy says before the mortgage meltdown, everyone could think that buying property, they could be real estate moguls. I'm not necessarily sure about that, but what I do know is they said that there was such a thing where they were putting people who were on welfare, they were allowing them to get loans for the sake of equality. And so they were putting a whole bunch of people, which that could, maybe that's HUD housing. So they're trying to get people out of HUD housing and into buying their own house. So they were giving them loans, and then they were doing some fast talking to them. They were giving them loans, and then they were letting them take out an additional $50,000 cash just to have extra money. Then they said they had a balloon payment. I don't even know if any lawyers were around. I don't think there was lawyers around. So then a balloon payment came up and they couldn't afford to pay it. So then they were defaulting on the housing.